Hello, everybody. Uh, Part 3 of Mercury retrograde. Since he's gonna be by the end of this week, he's gonna stop. He's gonna be slowing down, and we're gonna experiencing different things. Things they just gonna go back. So we went back, things were gonna go forward, but we're gonna go back and face the things from the beginning, whatever the situation was that was caused when the Mercury retrograde began. If you need a private reading, if you need your astrology reading, you can message me over at the Facebook. I'm working on it to put up some kind of like a little website so people who will be interested into it, they can go ahead and have their questions in there. But for right now, everything it's kind of like a project level. I know that some of you message me, can I do this, can I do that, can when. When time comes up, I will get this project going for it. So the energies, what is this heavy energy? The heavy energies from Pluto that begin to be direct. He's already kind of like a pile up of force, and it moving slow. Same thing it's with Saturn. Saturn just stopped. Now yesterday he turned direct. Now he's gonna picking up a speed to go direct over at Aquarius. And we have this heavy energy within the relationships, which is it's caused also by the Mars and the Sun traveling together, together with Mercury. Mercury is gonna be kind of like going out and separate from them, but then it's gonna come back and it's gonna join it, and then it's gonna move up. But by the end of the week, as I said, he's gonna be kind of like going stationary, and we're gonna have this Sunday. We're gonna have this time to rethink. If you watch my video on a Mercury retrograde when I made a S type of Mercury retrograde, that when he begins to stop to become a retrograde begins your lesson. You begin to learn all the wrongdoings, and now it stops so you can review what you learned. And by the end, he's really gonna go and passing the point where he started. You're gonna begin to apply the things that you learned, things that you learned, and especially this is in the relationship. It's one of the most important lessons about you, your relationships. Don't look at other relationships. Look at the relationships first from within your own self. How you think your proper action should have been. Don't act from the ego, but if you look in the situation that you are in the relationship, doesn't matter if that is a work relationship, is that a friends relationship, family relationships, love relationships, doesn't really matter. Take a look at the relationship from an outside. What do you think the proper thing should have been? What was your actions and what did you did? So do your self-test evaluation, but the end of the revaluation will be done. That will be done by Sunday. After that, energy will change and it's gonna say, okay, well, whatever you did, whatever you reevaluate, whatever you thought you should change, now it's gonna be, it's time for you to perform. It's time for you to change. And that's why it goes direct. So you can fix things that you haven't fixed in life, you to fix them now. Kind of like give you a second chance you to have this relationship thinking inside of you as better for it. About the relationships, you have to begin and look at within yourself when you are very young. I mean, very young. Your relationship with others begins in the early age. Did you went in and did you fight for the toys? And now, here, when you are older, you're fighting for a job or you're fighting to have better things to others. You compete with others to have more, to have more things you can just show off. It's the same thing like you show off in the kindergarten. It's like, look at me, I have this car or I have this doll and I have these things. If you have a love relationship, what was your first love relationship? Why did you love the girl? Why did you love the guy, the boy? Did you love the boy because everybody loved him and you wanted to take him away from him? So you just loved him not because you like him or because he's a good person. You love him for a reason to take him so you can have a better in life. Uh, that position and today could be of this portion is uh, to get that person but for your own thing. If you like that girl, what did you do? You like that girl because of what? You love her because of something, or you just want to be with her because everybody loved her. This kind of like a evaluations, and some of you is gonna come up, it's gonna go popped up. Relationships with the mother or father, if you had them, what would they were? What would they were at the beginning is going to determine your relationship with your own kids. If you had an issue as a kid, then the issue right now you experience it. So here is again the relationships. Those relationships, it is about you to reevaluate. You to go ahead and reevaluate. As of right now, I waited a little bit so I can see that the moon crossed from Sagittarius into Capricorn. Capricorn, that is the place that we looking at our relationships into the profession. But as of this time, are you really the professional in you? Are you a professional within your relationships? Are you the professional with your work relationships? Are you a professional with your parents' relationships? It's all about relationships. Okay? So today you're gonna be looking at that energy beginning into if you are in the States, beginning in the afternoon. If you are over in Europe, that's gonna become tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Because I'm recording this video right now, it's about 11:30 at night on Monday night. So here in Bulgaria. So as the moon is going to process and shift our focus, we were going to experiencing this professionalism look into us. First of all, we are professional to ourselves and then after the others. To remind you that Pluto is in Capricorn. He's squaring this Sun, Mars, Mercury fireball that it's over at Libra that's putting this pressure into the relationships. Pluto, it's usually the bad guy to show you the bad things. But also Pluto, it's the people that surround you. Pluto, it's represent the 1% of the people there around you. It comes in from the Pluto creation, which is This is the 1% of the population. There it's very, 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 very top. You may don't see those people, you don't know these people, but they affect somehow your life. They're controlling money, banks, they're controlling environments, they're controlling what's going to happen and things like that. And that's why this 1%, it's got so much power over to this. So you have to be able to balance what it's the 1% around you. What is that 1% is? This could be the very close people to you. This could be the very dear people to you. But what is your relationship with them? If that is a love relationship, so be it. Be honest. That's what the Capricorn is. Capricorn is about honesty. It's about the truth. You're not honest with them, they're not gonna work with you. Capricorn also, what it does is the most of people who they are public servant. They are Capricorn. They have something within dealing with the Capricorn, like the doctors, policemen, firefighters. Most of them, they are Capricorns because they choose to serve. They choose that. And the question is what are you going to choose for yourself? Are you going to serve the 1% or are you going to serve to your own ego, or you going to be working in the universe with the energies and you can be setting yourself to do the proper things? Those are the things that's going to come up. Probably we're talking about Tuesday, Wednesday at the most for it. The energy is gonna be changed since Saturn is going direct. He's in Sagittarius, he's in Aquarius, and you may gonna experience an energy of the new ways. Okay, this life didn't work like this before. Now it's time to change. Now it's time to do something new. Now it's time to create a new different life. Now it's time for me to begin new life. Now it's time for me to get a new job or to get better at my job through a new ways. Maybe I can go and get a class, a course, something you to get better. And a Saturn, since it's moving direct, this energy is gonna be pushing. It's gonna be a pushing through. Also, you may experiencing daydreams or dreams in generally when you sleep. They will be coming like directions. Simply because there is a yacht, which is his finger of God that it points between Uranus and Neptune. And at the top of it, which is kind of like a very rare, on the top of it, it's Mercury retrograde, Mars, and the Sun. And oh boy, this energy is too strong. A lot of the people, they feel this heaviness of it. But there is a little breath of air for it that comes in that Jupiter, who is also in Aquarius, it's in a trine with all this. It's kind of like, okay, hold on to yourself, put yourself together, get yourself the things that you need, relax, the bad's gonna go, or it's gonna go. The energy will change when the moon is gonna cross halfway of Capricorn. That's another thing for this Tuesday, Wednesday shift. The moon is gonna be squaring Mars, Sun, and Mercury retrograde. Um, some of you may be gonna have attentions at work. But when you have attentions at work, what are you going to do? You're gonna end up in conflict, or you just like, okay, let me shut up and leave the conflict. I will understand later on what's going on. But if you have a high temper, which is Mars is in Libra, you're probably gonna end up in kind of like a conflict. Maybe that could be a verbal conflict. Maybe that could be a work relationship conflict. Maybe if you messed up between personal and professional, that's kind of like situation that you don't want to get involved in the first place. But if you end up in that, don't take the things personally. Use the Q-tip. Okay, the Q-tip, it's a company that makes us cotton swabs, clean up your wax from your ears. But the Q-tip stays for quit taking it personally. That's what the Q-tip is. Quick tip. Quit taking it personally. So the moon, it's gonna also trine Uranus for it, and some of you is gonna be like, oh, I will leave the things into the universe. I will leave this to God. I will leave this problems. Let God solve it, instead of me get involved with whatever the situation is. And people who do that, they will have the peace. But people who don't, they will have this agitation, these aggravations. The things are not the right ways. So on Wednesday and Thursday, the moon is going to join Pluto, and you will have this energy of like, I can't have these people telling me what to do. I don't want these guys to tell me what to do, because every time when I listen to somebody, I get in troubles. Yes, you get in troubles, because the only person you need to listen is yourself. If you listen your ego, you're gonna mess up. If you listen your soul, you have no one to blame. You cannot blame yourself. You cannot blame whoever your friends' names are. You won't blame your wife. You won't blame your kids. You can't blame anybody. But nobody, not even yourself. So this is one of the lessons during the Mercury retrograde, is that position of that blame. The moon is also during this time, it's gonna move into Aquarius, and some of you are gonna feel like the push. Well, I been dealing with this my life this way. Maybe I need to change. Somebody comes in and says, well, did you watch this video? This guy says this meditation is pretty good, or this book is pretty good, or that movie is pretty good. You to be open up to something new. And during this time, it's gonna be this energy, you to rebel, you to have the desire to change. That's what the Aquarius says. The change, the fireball of revolution, internal revolution inside of yourself. And since that Saturn and Jupiter are there, Saturn is direct. As soon as the moon is going to join it, we're going to feel this kind of like a bunch of restrictions that were in the past 6 months of the Saturn retrograde. Now it's going to be released, and the thing's going to kind of like begin to move. Maybe if business wasn't going the right way, now it's going to turn. Things that were kind of like slowed down, now they're going to move. Some restrictions there were in a place. Now they're going to be relieved, they're going to be removed. And during this time, Saturn, the moon conjunction, union into Aquarius, take a time for yourself. What you need to improve yourself into. So the next day, which is that's gonna be Thursday, Friday period. The moon is gonna be in the mid Aquarius. She's gonna be trying, which is we call it the trine, but that it's our term for a very good aspects between the planets with Mercury retrograde, Mars, and the Sun, and you're gonna receive a very good energy. You're gonna receive a very good position. The moon's gonna sextile Venus, which is in Sagittarius, and the Venus is sextiling Mercury retrograde. That energy is gonna be pretty good. You're gonna be able to express yourself. You're gonna feel like you need to talk to the people, to explain something. You're gonna feel of this. You know what? I gotta admit, I repeat my mistakes, but now I really have to change. I have to make the change if I want to have a better life. I need to move from where I am to what I need to be. Not I want, I need. But what is the need? And that need, you will gonna see it into the new way of Aquarius. That's what the age of Aquarius is. You're gonna be able to trust your inner feelings. Maybe kind of like if you haven't watched the Star Wars, suggest you to watch the Star Wars. Use the Force, use your internal guidance, use your intuition, your compass, your soul. Everything is inside of you. Don't look at the answer outside. Is everything is in inside. And Friday, Saturday, we're kind of like push it too much to Sunday. Try to get it off too quick. The moon is gonna come down away from. It's gonna be at the end of Aquarius. Still, the energy is gonna be pretty good because the moon is gonna be like in the 25th degree of Aquarius. She still is gonna be trying Mars and the Sun. Now, the difference between the Mercury retrograde and the Mars at this time, it's going to be 10 degree. So the feeling of Mercury retrograde, it's going to be more towards communications within yourself. Take your time to be by yourself, to reevaluate what you might missed. What in all this mess that was in the past of you missed to see. What did you miss? Somebody told you something. Somebody maybe give you an example. Somebody maybe comes in and said a words that they stuck in you, but you just passed them away. But they're stuck in you. Find those words. They're there for a reason. Somebody said something to you, evaluate that. And we're going to feel this kind of like a murky energy is coming up because the moon, it's going to move to Pisces. And that murky energy is going to be like what I need to see. What I need to see. Because you can be the little fish that is swimming on the top of the water, that she sees what's going on at the top. but the little fish doesn't go down. She cannot see into the muddy water. Compared to if you're a carp, you like to go into the mud. You want to see what's going on. The food is there. You are a big fish. You have to eat a lot. You like that. And don't forget the carp is also goes on the top. He likes to come out and splash itself. You need to see of both spectrums of your own self. What is your guidance telling you to do the right thing? What's the situation? What is good for you? What is not good for you? And once you get this inside of you, then you can have the good and not good with others. But if you don't fix yourself, you're not going to be able to fix the things with others. And that's what this end of the next of this weekend will be focused on, that on your ending spirituality changes of what do you see inside, not an outside, inside, up here. What do you see in your internal world, so to speak? So Saturday, that energy is going to be pretty much present. It's a very good day because when it's in the mid, the moon is going to be at the mid Pisces. That Pisces energy is going to reflect on Mercury, and together when they joined with Neptune over the weekend, that energy is going to be very, very strong. You will feel this energy of internal visions, to have a premonitions, which is they're going to be like a guidance of what you need to do. This time, Saturday, Sunday, take your time. Take your time for this final stage of yourself, of getting the information of directions. Because when all this energy comes in, you felt lost. Now the directions are coming. Now the things are keep coming, and you have to take this energy and move with it, because the restrictions was moved, which is Saturn begins direct. The people who wasn't working around, they are going direct. They're moving too, so that direction will be moved. Venus is already out of Scorpio. She's not anymore in the darkness. She's in Sagittarius. She's moving too. And Mercury is gonna be begin station retrograde. He's gonna be telling you it's already pretty much done with you, of this issues with yourself, with the relationships. Mars and the Sun, they're gonna be continue to be kind of like a traveling together. But we're gonna see that once Mercury begins direct, and we're gonna see this report on the next week. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope this will help you out, and I will see you next week. Be love.